What's going on, everybody? Cappers Nation Live, Friday game day edition, trying to get everything started. We've got a bowl game that starts in just a few minutes. We're going to try and zip through that as fast as possible. We'll get a nice big welcome after we jump into that one. I know that game starts in 6 minutes. North Carolina, going to be a great game. North Carolina, Temple. Don't have my live chat up yet, so we'll do all of that here in just a few minutes after we jump right into this game. I was hoping to get the show running a few minutes earlier. Unfortunately, running into a few jams here and there. But nonetheless, we're going to jump right into it, guys. Game 227, 228. First of all, welcome, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for joining us as well today. Game 227, 228, Temple, North Carolina. Guys, Military Bowl, Navy Crops Memorial Stadium, Annapolis, Maryland. Line opened up North Carolina, laying 6. That line is now down to 5 at the BetMGM app, 6 at the Westgate, 5.5 William Hill. It is all over the board, just about everywhere. Now, this total has skyrocketed this morning, guys. Total has skyrocketed this morning. Total actually opened up at 54. And then it decided to go haywire. It actually dropped to 53. It dropped to 53.5. It was actually at 53 on 5 dimes this morning, as well as here at the Westgate, as well as MGM and the BetMGM app. And then it started getting bet, and lo and behold, it has moved like a rocket ship this morning. I was just told somebody's got it at 57. 5 dimes has it at 56.5, minus $1.10. 56. Minus 116. I bet it myself after we put out a play, and my line, I'm not saying if I got the over or the under, but it was actually much less than that because lines were moving. I'm going to look up and see if it's public bettors or sharp money moving the line, or if it's a reverse line movement. I haven't had a chance to check. But as far as the total goes, a lot of public money this morning as soon as the books opened came on. Matter of fact, it's up to 79%. Betting the over, 55% all taking North Carolina, 73% on the money line for North Carolina as well. All right, guys, we're going to jump right into it because we don't have much time to talk about this game, unfortunately. Temple 10-0 against the spread as an underdog of 7 points or less. North Carolina's 8-17 against the spread after a game with a turnover margin of +3 or better. And North Carolina 11-2 on the under after a blowout straight-up win of 20 points or more versus an opponent that had a blowout straight-up win. Taking a look at both programs, you got North Carolina 6-6 straight up, 6-5-1 against the spread. Both of these teams are 6-6 on the over or 6-6 on the under. Temple 8-4, guys, 8-4 against the spread. We made some good money on Temple this year, but they also cost us a couple bets in the middle of the year as well against SMU and one other game earlier on. Both of these programs ending their year on a winning note. Temple beating Connecticut 49-17. Before that, they had a loss to Cincinnati 15-13. Before that, taking a look at North Carolina, guys, are coming off 2 straight wins. They beat Mercer in a gimme game 56-7 and NC State 41-10. Both of these programs, like I said, coming off wins. Diving in depth into the numbers as fast as we can talk about it because I know this game starts in just a few minutes. Give me 1 second. I want to see something real quick. As far as these numbers go, North Carolina, they average 31.2 points per game. On offense, Temple averaging just under that at 27.4. North Carolina running the ball 184 yards a game on average, 4.5 yards per carry. 41 carries a game on average, as well as averaging 285 yards in the air. Temple on offense averaging 142 on the ground at 3.8 yards per carry and 260 in the air as well. Now, defenses, both numbers on defense as far as the points that they give up are very similar. 24.6 to North Carolina, 23.5 to Temple. As far as rushing yards go, very similar numbers. Temple gives up 152 a game to North Carolina giving up 149. In the air, very similar numbers as well. North Carolina gives up 233 in the air, 212 in the air for Temple. Both are in the plus categories for turnovers, +7 for North Carolina, as well as +1 for Temple as far as the turnovers go. We do have a play, obviously, on this as a free play. We did give away a free play on this during our daily free play video. I do apologize for not getting you guys a breakdown sooner, and we weren't able to go live sooner. But if you guys were not aware, we did put out a free play on this one on Temple, plus the points. When we gave it out yesterday, they were actually +6. I know that line is moving, and it's been moving rather good. It's still +6 at the Westgate, 6 at the MGM bet, or at their the BetMGM app, CG Technologies, the D Casino, Station Casinos. They all still have it at 6. 5 Dimes is actually +6 -117 as well. So, going to be a great day today, guys. If you did not get that bet in, was our daily free consensus play. And if you're not aware, those are, with the exception of yesterday, they've actually been winning pretty damn good. So, Edwin, thanks for jumping on board, sir. Our the buy 3 days, get 3 days free of our premium plays. If you guys are not aware, our Christmas sales, they are ending tonight at midnight. So, now that we're underway, and that game's getting ready to go off here at any minute now, we can actually start our regular show. So, welcome everybody. Cappers Nation Live, Friday game day edition, the 27th of December. Glad to have absolutely everybody here. Tito, Matt, Chido, Mark, Mr. Blevins, the other Mark, Brian, Jonathan, Neverheads KC, Justin, Joe Dirt, Skip, Malik, Anthony, Who Dat Bob. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. I see we've got an early crowd already building. We did send out an email alert letting everybody know we were live. It's already been posted. It's going to be a great game. Nonetheless. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Okay, so if you're looking for a way to purchase my game of the week, you need to click on the Guaranteed tab at the top of the page. For everybody that doesn't know, my game of the week does go down today. It is college football. I don't know how many more college football game of the weeks I'm going to have. This may end up being the very last one. You just never know, but it's definitely looking like that. So you want to get on board? Get on board, guys. It's $100. Guaranteed to win, or you will get the next one free. There's a direct link to it. It's already posted on the website. Instant access, just like you're snapping your fingertips. So I do apologize for actually not being able to come on a few minutes sooner. I had hoped to be able to come on a few minutes sooner. That way we could spend more time breaking down the North Carolina game, guys, for you. But it is what it is, and we will do what we're able to do. As Bobby posted, Antonio Brown is working out for the Saints. Very, very, very interesting, and he'll definitely be an asset to that team when you match him up on the other side of the line for the Saints. Opposite end of can't guard Mike. That'll be a deadly combination. That is for sure. I see we already got a frozen camera. Me, it's just another Friday. Kalen Munoz, absolutely just another weapon to the Saints' arsenal. North Carolina and Temple is underway. Good luck to everybody. Temple with a nice return out to the 24-yard line to start the game. Awesome, guys. Yeah, Randy, I don't know. There's not much to Joe, there's not much to talk about when it comes to that. Not much to talk about when you talk about that game. They still haven't even scored. Matt.
That is such fake news.
You don't worry about the juice. You lose one play. Oh, well. Oh, well. What are we now on free plays this week? 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and 3. We'll still take 6 and 3 with a minus 140 in there. Oh well, pretty sure we got a plus money somewhere in there. So again, if you're worried about juice on any plays, then you probably shouldn't gamble, because either way, you got juice on no matter what you bet. Don't matter if it's a minus 110, you got to pay to play if you're going to take a favorite or most prop bets. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second, folks. Alrighty. Miami definitely forgot where the end zone was. And Nick, game of the week has already been posted on the website. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Game of the week is already out. Skip, you were on Miami. That's no good. That's no good. I had Louisiana Tech yesterday as a personal play. Louisiana Tech plus the 7. I know a couple people ended up getting that 7.5 lucky dogs, but they didn't need it because it was an outright winner, as well as the over in the Eastern Michigan game, which we gave you guys. So I had a nice big bounce back from the Christmas blues. Good morning, Chuck. Chairman Lim, takes time for 5 dimes to credit your account after a deposit. If you're depositing by Bitcoin, you actually have to wait for it to actually send and be confirmed. You have to wait for a certain amount of confirmations before they credit it. Other than that, you do it early in the morning. It usually goes faster than the busy hours when everybody's trading it. And yeah, Chuck, it generally is a bounce back. The big question is, Chuck, are you going to be on it? Are you going to be on it? It's not often we miss 2 in a row. Now, it has happened, but I definitely don't expect it to happen today, that's for sure. Mr. Koychuk, thank you for jumping on board my game of the week today. It's going to be a great one. Edvin, thank you for jumping on board the buy 3 days, get 3 days free of premium plays. Same thing as Albert, jumping on board my personal plays for 6 days. Buy 3, get 3 free. For everybody that doesn't know, those sales all end tonight. So if you're on the cusp of your account being expired, and there's a lot of you that were on board for my personal plays for a month or 2 weeks, or premium plays, you might want to renew early. You won't lose a day. Temple's drive stalls out and they had to punt. Bummer. Bummer, bummer. You won't lose any time. You won't lose any time. We'll just add it on to it. Michael Jenkins, good morning. Frankie Diamond says, I like the dogs again today. There's definitely some dogs that are attractive today. Definitely some attractive dogs. Manny Diaz, the coach for Miami, it's not that he played scared. That's how he's played the entire year. I know his offensive coordinator is not coming back again this year. And he said during press conference during the week, it was basically a tryout to see who would potentially be getting the first rep, the starter reps in camp next year to start out. So he definitely tried out his quarterbacks, that's for sure. And neither one was able to do anything. They should probably all just get rid of them all and go recruit somebody else, because all three quarterbacks could not do anything yesterday. Although, would Martell have one pass? Early NBA today, guys. Mike Smith, if you were on Guaranteed Saturday last week, you will get Guaranteed Saturday this week. If you purchased it outright. If you purchased Guaranteed Saturday last week, yes, you will get Guaranteed Saturday this week. No, Guaranteed Saturday is not posted. It's not out yet. I don't know when it's going to be out just yet. No problem, Mike. No problem at all. But we will always take care of our people just like we always do. Yes, they did report that. All right. So, what we're going to do today, we're going to go through the other bowl games. We've got 4 more to talk about. We've got 4 more bowl games to talk about. We're going to run over the remaining 4 bowl games for you. We're going to go over the Pinstripe Bowl, Michigan State and Wake Forest, the Texas Bowl, Oklahoma State and Texas A&M, the Holiday Bowl down there in San Diego, USC, my Trojans playing today, and Iowa, Washington State and Air Force in the Cheez-It Bowl tonight. Down in Arizona, that is one of the baseball stadium games playing at Chase Field. Michael Jenkins, shout out to 5 Dimes, loving the unique bets over there. Definitely some great options when it comes to betting over at 5 Dimes. No doubt about that one. No doubt about that one. Alrighty, so I'm just getting everything else up. That way we can get this show on the road. The first game that we're going to do, guys, is going to be the Pinstripe Bowl, Yankee Stadium. This game starts in 3 hours and 7 minutes. So as soon as the first game is done, we should be moving right into the Pinstripe Bowl, one of the other baseball stadium games today. That and the Cheez-It Bowl. So let me get all that good stuff up. How's everybody's Friday rolling? Free plays yesterday ended up going 1-2 on the day yesterday. 1-2, our only losing day so far this week on premium or on the free plays that we put out. But we did win the big one. We lost a small prop bet. We lost a small consensus play. So you should have at least broken even with that big personal play that I gave you guys. Nice winner on Pittsburgh and Eastern Michigan over the 49. Skip says he's torn on the Pinstripe Bowl. Leans Wake Forest plus the 4. Mike Smith, do I know when the next UFC card will be put out? Yes, at the next UFC event. January 18th is the next UFC event. So, huge run by North Carolina. All the way down. Can't have UFC if they're not fighting. So we just wait for the next event. January 18th here in Vegas. Robert, you're very welcome. Stack Wop, what's going on? Keith Davis says dogs have been biting this bowl season so far. The dogs have definitely been nipping at the rears of the favorites. That's for sure. Where's something at? Okay. Michael, no doubt about that one. Definitely, it's nice having football on during the week, early in the day, no doubt about it. I wish we could have football at least 10 months out of the year. It would definitely be great. Who Dat Bob says, don't forget to hit the like buttons. Definitely appreciate it. Nick, I'm not going to answer any questions. It's still safe to bet, or else I wouldn't let anybody purchase it. Kaylina won that 5 times prop bet. The quarterback from Eastern Michigan knocks out the referee. Nice. Nice. Give me 1 second, folks. I got everything just popping up. Just popping up so that way we can do the rest of the breakdowns. Just popping up. Devin, what's going on, brother? Mike K, I hope the dogs bark. Let's go, Temple. Today is game of the week. Today is game of the week. All day long. All day long today. Definitely excited for it. Billy, cool. Thanks to Vince McMahon. You might get your wish for it. Yeah, but it's still the XFL. I'm not too sure. I mean, okay, we got the CFL. CFL will be starting in what? 6 more months. Still doesn't excite me like it does the NFL or college football. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I definitely don't get excited about Stack Wop about being a pen. Game of the week. We email every single time it's posted. You guys don't have to worry, all right? You guys don't have to worry. We're one of the services that are not going to screw you. When you buy a package, When you buy our guaranteed Saturday or my game of the week and you spend the money and you buy the game outright, you get that guarantee. We stand behind it. We don't screw anybody out of games. Hell, matter of fact, we're the only service out there that probably keeps you going until you make money. So, sometimes you just got to chill out, sit back, relax, and let us do our job. And when we're ready to post it, we'll post it. Just like Guaranteed Saturday. I think I woke up to, 15 emails asking me about Guaranteed Saturday. Well, last time I checked, it's Friday. Let's worry about the game of the week. And when we're ready to post Guaranteed Saturday, we'll post Guaranteed Saturday. Is the game of the week 50? Nope, it's $100. $100 guaranteed to win back to the regular price. Or you will get the next one free. Mr. Miles, you sir are the man. Got a nice little jumping on board the 1 year of my personal plays. Thank you, sir, for taking advantage of that huge sale. Glad to have you with me one-on-one over the next year. Me and you've been working together for quite some time. I don't know if you're tuning in live. I know you've been with me already over a year, so it's glad to have you for the next year. Which is a killer savings. I know it's a big chunk of change for everybody, to be able to spend up front. But you end up getting my personal plays for $38 a week. Not bad if you're asking me. When you buy it by the year on sale, you get it for $38 a week. Not bad. Alrighty, so next up, the Pinstripe Bowl. Ryan, what's going on? Mike K, I've made a ton of money here also. Cappers is the only real service in sports betting. I've had other services leave me high and dry, not here. No doubt about it, Mike. We will definitely take care of everybody. And, that's one of the things that we live by is we take care of people as if we were on the other side of the desk and the other side of the counter. We'll always make sure that you guys get taken care of. Always, always, always make sure that you guys get taken care of. That is a fact. We may not be the biggest when it comes to, drawing the live crowd on YouTube. But I think we give out some of the more informative information on breakdowns, more in-depth breakdowns. Which, super excited that we've got college basketball back in action tomorrow. No college basketball. Well, I guess there's 2 games today, but Michael Jenkins says facts. Skip S says facts. So we'll keep growing the channel. And you know what? Even if the live show stayed small, I'm happy with that. Because I think our live chat is better than anybody else's out there. We may not have a million messages scrolling up and down, but the messages that we get are usually quality posts, quality information. And so what we're going to do now, first we're going to talk about game 229-230, Michigan State, Wake Forest. We're going to start talking about this game, guys. Michigan State opened up as a 3.5-point favorite. They're now up to 4 at BetMGM, 4 at CG Technologies, 4 at the D Casino. You can get them minus 3.5, minus $1.10 over at 5 dimes, or you can, if you're trying to take the dog, you can get +4 minus 117 as of right now. Total at 5 dimes, over and under 49.5. Total at the Westgate is at 49. So, Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. Says the information we give is second to none. Crypto tokens. Hello, friends. I have to say, Kyle will take care of you. Free tips are spot on. Thorough breakdowns, and it has jokes just like Miami's gameplay yesterday. Yes, Miami's had to have been a bad joke. Miami had to be a bad joke on us. I don't even know what to say about that. I don't even. Seriously, the Miami game yesterday. What a disaster. They're definitely in some trouble, that's for sure. Give me 1 second, folks. Okay, so gonna get this one on the screen for you guys. Anthony says 86 watching, only 41 thumbs ups. We definitely appreciate the ones that do. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button right down below. Take 1 second out of your day, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. That way you get notified every single time we drop a video. It doesn't matter if it's live like this or pre-recorded. You'll be notified, so hit that subscribe button, tap that little bell next to it. Don't forget, guys, you have to be on board by tomorrow to get that 70% guarantee on our bowl package. Tomorrow is the last day for it. We still have another bowl play today that has not gone off. You guys still have plenty of time to get on our bowl package for today. It's going to be a great time. Give me 1 second, folks. Alrighty. Did they score? Is there a score in that game? Wayne 1K, dude, just want to make money, not help nobody. Cool, Wayne. No need for you to help anybody. Just keep helping yourself. "39-yard touchdown pass, very nice." Devin says, I've been watching your show exactly a year now. That is awesome, fantastic. Glad to know that you've been with us following along for a year. It's always nice. Oh, now I see the replay. Very nice, very nice. Now we need something by Temple. Absolutely, Michael. I do agree. Helping people definitely comes back tenfold. Corey, what's going on, brother? Glad to have you. Glad to have you with us. All right, so let's jump into the Pinstripe Bowl, guys, as we were talking about, and gals that are tuning in. Remember, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend. We won't beg you to go get your coworkers and your brothers and your aunties and uncles to subscribe, because we don't want them to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If they're not a sports bettor, we don't want them to subscribe. But if you want to bet on sports, you want to learn about betting on sports, you're in the right place. All right, guys, Michigan State, 6-6 on the year, 3-9 against the spread, 5-7 on the over, and somehow favored against 8-4 Wake Forest, who's 5-6-1 against the spread. Wake's gotten the job done with 8 wins on the year. However, they have only covered the spread 5 out of their 12 games. 5 out of their 12 games. And they're also 5-7 on the under. Both of these teams combined are 10-14 on the under. I'm taking a look at both of these programs. First of all, Wake Forest, 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 games played in the month of December. Michigan State just 2-8 against the spread. Their last 10 games versus an opponent after a game with a turnover margin of -2 or worse. Michigan State 7-0 on the under against lesser defensive teams, allowing more than 29 points per game. And here you go. Underdogs have converted 4 straight against the spreads in Wake Forest bowl games. There you have it. All right, guys, taking a look at what these two teams have done recently. Wake Forest, guys, has lost 3 out of their last 4 games. After rattling off 5 straight wins to start the year, they ended up with a loss against Louisville, 62-59, guys, a game that we saw 121 points scored. They came back. They rattled off 2 straight victories over Florida State, beating them 22-20 back on the 19th of October. And then the 2 weeks later, they had a week off. 2 weeks later, they beat NC State 44-10 before losing 3 of their last 4 games. They lost to Virginia Tech 36-17. They got smashed by Clemson 52-3, not surprising. All right, they also came right back. They battled back a game where they were laying 6 against Duke. They beat them 39-27. And then they ended up losing their final game of the year against Syracuse 39-30. Hold on one second. Okay, so taking a look at Michigan State and the disaster that team is. They started out the year winning 4 of their first 5 games. They beat Tulsa, they beat Western Michigan. They lost in that super low-scoring 10-7 game against Arizona State. They lost at home. Arizona State upset them. They came back. They beat Northwestern 31-10, and believe it or not, they put up 40 against Indiana, beating them 40-31. And then they had their big losses. They lost 5 straight games after winning 4 out of their first 5. They lost to Ohio State. They lost to Wisconsin. They lost to Penn State. Lost to Illinois. Lost to Michigan. They came back. They needed 2 wins. They needed to win out to become bowl eligible, and they did just that. They beat up on Rutgers 27-0. And then they had a very close victory over Maryland. They were laying 22.5 points. They were laying 22.5. They beat them 19-16. Let's take a look at these numbers. Let's dive a little more in depth. No problem, Michael. Always, always, always. And before you jump on board again for another package, let's get that taken care of on the website so it doesn't lock you out. And then, but don't worry, all that stuff is always protected here. We take very, very, very high pride in making sure that our purchases, or all your purchases, are always secure, and same thing with your information and all of that good stuff. Not like the other services that will use your emails and use them as evidence when they decide to sue their former employee in federal court and make your information public record. Not like Bozo the Clown. Not like that dipshit. I guess we can talk about that one in the barbershop one day. All right, guys. Take a look at Michigan State averaging 22 points a game. They average running 36 running plays to 35 passing plays. Very diverse offense. Very stale offense, if you ask me. They average 123 rushing yards at 3.5 yards per carry. 238 yards in the air at 6.7 yards per passing attempt. Taking a look at Wake, they average 32.8 points per game. 176 on the ground at 3.9 yards per carry. 298 in the air at 8.1 yards per passing attempt. All right, Wake Forest will be going up against a Michigan State defense that has been fairly good at defending the run. All right, they're holding teams to 109 yards rushing the ball at 3.3 yards per carry. They're also giving up 211 yards in the air at 6.8 yards per passing attempt. Now, when Michigan State's got the ball on offense, they'll be going up against a Wake Forest defense that gets beat on the run. All right? Wake Forest gives up 163 yards on the ground, 4.2 yards per carry, as well as 247 in the air. The Wake Forest defense gives up over 400 yards a game to opposing offenses, and they're +8 on turnovers. Michigan State -1 when it comes to turnovers, a 9 turnover differential here over 12 games. Turnover advantage will definitely favor Wake Forest, but I don't think it's going to be too much of a factor in this situation. As far as this game goes, for everybody that doesn't know, this one is taking place in Yankee Stadium. It is one of the conversions. This one, as well as the Cheez-It Bowl down there at Chase Field in Arizona, Phoenix, where the Diamondbacks play. Football games being played on a baseball stadium. Nice little run for 4 yards by the Temple quarterback. But as far as this game goes, I have a personal play on it. We have a bowl play on it. If you're not on our bowl package, we do have a bowl play on this game. Skip S says Wake Forest defense is poo, but the question is Michigan State's offense so bad they still won't score? Well, Michigan State still averaged roughly 3 touchdowns a game. Actually, a little over 3 touchdowns a game at 22 points a game. They both should be able to put up some numbers. They both just depends on a few things for Michigan State and Wake. But we do have a bowl play on this one. Actually, I really like it as well. Yes, Brian, the rematch, Wilder and Fury, February 22nd. That should be a nice fight. Glad to see him coming back to Las Vegas. Hasn't been in any major real fights here lately. Never as you want to know that information, absolutely. I talked about it in one of our live shows. I talked about it in one of our live shows. And gave away some information about dipshit suing his former employee after you voluntarily let him go. Guy's a moron. All right, so obviously I'm going to have, plays on most of these games. As far as giving out leans and stuff like that, I'll do my best to where I can, especially today's a very busy day. Normally we don't have all the bowl games covered. We don't have them all. We don't have a play on every single bowl game or side in total today, but it definitely is a busy day when it comes to us with the games, premium plays, my personal plays. It's definitely going to be a very busy day. Morris, thanks for jumping on board. 3 days of the premium plays, you get 3 days free. So you end up with 6 days for the price of 3. Great deal there. There we go. There's a flag on North Carolina. Keep moving the chains. Michael Jenkins says the bowl package is a great deal. I profited off it after the first 2 games and loving it. And we're going to keep it in the profitable department. Pass interference on the defense. We like that. Move them on down. Maybe more of a hold, but hey, we'll take it. We'll take the extra yardage. That one was on Morrison, on number 4, North Carolina. You guys are probably ahead of me. You guys might be about 30 seconds ahead of me. Yeah, Kaylin, there was you guys are ahead of me. The flag I was talking about was the pass interference on North Carolina. Yeah, Joe, I'm behind today. Usually I'm ahead of you guys. Today our feed is a little slow. Yeah, the holding penalty just happened for me. You guys are ahead of me. That's why you guys saw the touchdown. That's why I was like, there's a touchdown? You guys are ahead of me. Toby, good morning. Money Train, good morning, Toby. Glad to have you. All right, so we're going to jump into the next one, which should be another great game. Oklahoma State, Texas A&M, the Texas Bowl, NRG Stadium there in Houston, Texas. Jamar, what's going on, my brother? Glad to have you with us. All right, I got the other feed up for it. That should be a little faster than what this one is. All right, so let's get into this next game day breakdown. Taking a look at the line on this game. Let me pop it all up here on both avenues. And out of curiosity, give me 1 second here. Has anybody been using the live odds that have been on our website the last couple days? Have you guys been able to use any of that yet and try it out? Just curious if any of you guys been able to take advantage of it and try it out yet. For everybody that doesn't know, we're adding live odds, real-time live odds, as well as a delayed version to our website. That is 4.50. Give me 1 second, folks. And if you are, Brian Watson, Michelle, they were down. They did an update. They were down for like an hour on Christmas. The NBA and college basketball, they were down for about an hour. Just NBA was. But they had to refresh something. Brian, if you go to our website and right next to the home button, there's a tab called Odds. Click on that and it takes you right to it. Yeah, they had a great first down and now what is it? 2nd and 21. Ryan, you got Pitt as a pick plus 170 last night. That's a great little money line bet right there. That's a great money line bet right there. Give me 1 more second. I want to check one more thing. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second. I'll post a link to the odds here in just a second for everybody. That way you guys can take advantage of that as well. Another missed field goal. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. 4th and 20, yeah. After a great drive. Then pushing that 42-yard field goal to the right. Nothing like a great drive to stall out and then miss your field goal. Alrighty, so jumping back into this one. I was just curious if you guys had a chance to take advantage. Here's the live odds for college football. I was just curious if you guys had a chance to look at that, take advantage of them, and what your guys' opinion so far on. They're still in beta testing mode. There's a lot more to be put into it after the holidays when everybody comes back off a break. There's definitely some more to be put into it once our team gets off of holiday break. All right, getting the bowl breakdown for the next one up on the screen as well. Definitely another one with some more line movement to it on both directions. So we're going to jump into that one now. Toby, thank you, sir, for jumping on board. My personal plays, the buy 3, get 3 free. I'm going to send them to you right now, sir. Hang on one second, folks. I just texted you right now, Toby, so that way you have my cell number. And if you guys want to be cool like Toby, you got to jump on board my personal plays. You can buy 3 days, get 3 days free. Just sent them to you, brother. Thanks for jumping on board. Skip, you checked it out and you liked it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Glad to hear that. Any feedback you guys have, definitely send it our way. Just something that we want to be able to bring to you guys absolutely free, and keep everybody all in one spot and bring you guys the best books or the best odds from the best books that you guys are going to be using nationwide and to our friends up in Canada as well. I personally think on the mobile side of it, it is one of the better mobile versions that are out there for at least viewing. You can scroll on your phone from side to side. You don't have to. You can flip it sideways for a better view, or you could actually scroll from side to side. So it's actually pretty cool, if you ask me. All right, so let's get it together for the Texas Bowl, guys. Oklahoma State, Texas A&M. Taking a look at the live odds on this one. Line opened up at 4 for Texas A&M. Line is up to 4.5 now. Total opened up at 50. This total on this one was a bit weird. It opened up 54. It dropped. Earlier in the week, I actually saw it at 52.5. It went up to 53 last night. It was at 53 this morning. About 8 o'clock, right before we went live, It went from 53 to 53.5. Now between them and then and now, the Westgate's got it at 54.5. 55 at William Hill. CG Technologies just bumped it to 55.5. Taking a look at our friends over at 5 Dimes, they have it at 55 minus $1.10, 54.5 minus 117, and 54 at minus 123. Many different options over there. Plus 4.5 is minus $1.10. Plus 5 is minus 116 as well. Diving into this game, guys. First of all, let's take a look at Oklahoma State, 8-4 straight up, 6-3-3 against the spread, 5-7 on the over. Oklahoma State is coming off a loss to Oklahoma where they got beat 34-16, if you guys remember. They did have 4 straight wins before that. They beat up West Virginia 20-13. They beat up Kansas 31-13. They beat up TCU 34-27. And they also beat up Iowa State with the same identical score, 34-27. Taking a look over at the Texas A&M side, coming off of 2 straight losses. They lost to LSU 50-7. All right, they also lost to Georgia in a super low-scoring game, 19-13 in that game. Before that, they had 4 straight victories over South Carolina, 30-16. Texas San Antonio, 45-14. They beat Mississippi State 49-30. And they also beat Mississippi, guys. They beat Ole Miss 24-17 in that game. Start of the second quarter at 7-0 North Carolina. Hopefully Temple can pull it together and put some points on the board and not miss another field goal. Hold on one second. You know, before you guys email in and text me, is the game of the week posted? Because you bought it last week and you don't have access to it. You do have access to it. You should just check. Turn your phone sideways. Scroll down. Click that little box. It's got 4 little windows in it. That takes you to your members dashboard area. And then scroll down. Mr. Butler, what's going on? What's going on, Mr. Butler? 2020 is going to be a great year, but we're going to end 2019 on a big note as well. The entire Temple team just picked up a kid from North Carolina 2 feet off the ground. 2020 is a good year. 2019, we're going to finish it strong. I got to be honest with you, 2019 was an amazing year. And 2020 is only going to get better. Mike, I'm doing fantastic. All right, guys, Oklahoma State 12-2-1 against the spread in non-conference games. Texas A&M 24-43 against the spread. Their last 68 games versus an opponent coming off a conference straight-up loss. Oklahoma State is 6-1 on the under when playing the SEC. These two teams have played, but not recently. Last one was 8 years ago, with Oklahoma State edging out Texas A&M 30-29. So head-to-head matchup stats, none of it matters. None of it matters. Taking a look at Oklahoma State, guys, they averaged 33.4 points per game. They averaged 239 yards on the ground at 5.4 yards per carry. They averaged 228 in the air at 8.2 yards per passing attempt. They can sling the ball. They can run the ball. First down by North Carolina. Taking a look at Texas A&M, they averaged 30 points a game on offense. They average 152 yards on the ground at 4.7 yards per carry, as well as 247 in the air at 6.8 yards per passing attempt. Joseph Browning, congratulations on your parlays last week. Both of these two teams combined average 63.4 points per game on offense. However, when it comes to defense, They average giving up just 49.7 points combined. Very similar numbers. Oklahoma State gives up 27 to Texas A&M's 22.7 points per game. Oklahoma State giving up 151 yards on the ground, 4.1 yards per carry. Texas A&M holding teams to 4 yards a carry at 129 yards a game on average. When it comes to defending the pass, Oklahoma State got torched in a few games. They've given up 267 yards on average. However, when you take a look at who they played, they got torched by Oklahoma in the air. They got torched by Iowa State in the air. Texas Tech put up some big numbers in the air against them, as well as Texas. Tulsa put up some monster numbers in the air against their secondary as well. Taking a look at Texas A&M, when they're on defense, guys, they give up just 22.7 points per game, holding teams to 4 yards a carry at 129 on the ground, as well as 212 yards in the air at 6.4 yards per passing attempt. Both of these teams are negative in turnovers. Texas A&M is -4 on turnovers. Oklahoma State -3, a combined -7 on turnovers for both teams. Not one is in the category. Will we see some turnovers in this game? Most definitely, we will see some turnovers in this game as well. No, Mike, we have not touched any NBA today. I don't know if we'll have time to, but if we do, we'll definitely reach out and touch it. That's for sure. They just got the parts to fix your car. $8,200 to fix it. Be done in 2 weeks. Well, hopefully your body's healing well, because it looked like it was a nice big hit. Again, for everybody that doesn't know, my game of the week goes down today. You have to be signed up. I'm not telling you which game it is. We're not even going to discuss it in here on what game it is. But if you want it, you'll have to be on board. They're going to call that one out of bounds. You're very welcome, Mike. But you have to be signed up by 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time. It's one of those remaining games. It could be this game. It could be the USC-Iowa game. Could be the Air Force Washington State game. Yeah, Mike, we seen that he was trying out. He had a workout with him. I didn't see that he signed with him, though. I didn't see any report that he signed with him. All I saw that is he had a workout. Third and goal for North Carolina. Brian, anybody want some turkey? We've got some leftovers at the Johnson residence, that's for sure. We definitely have some at the Johnson residence. All right, so we do have a play on this game. On the total on this game. I do not have a play on the side. I think this game is going to be closer than what the odds makers are laying it to be. Obviously, Texas A&M, the SEC. Everybody knows the SEC, the SEC, the SEC. Definitely one of the tougher conferences to play in. Texas A&M losing to Georgia. They lost to a good team. Texas A&M losing to LSU. They lost to a good team. Losing to Alabama. They lost to a good team. Losing to Auburn. They lost to a good team. Wins over Arkansas. They barely survived Arkansas. Win over Ole Miss. Quality program. Got even better this year with the signing of Lane Kiffin. Beat Mississippi State by 19. It was a quality win. Beating University of Texas San Antonio, UTSA. Well, that was a gimme for them. Win over South Carolina. I guess it was an okay win. I wouldn't say a quality win. Taking a look at Oklahoma State and who they've beat. Win over Oregon State. They traveled. They went on the road to beat Oregon State. They had a win over Tulsa. They lost to Texas by 6. That was a quality loss. They had a win over Kansas State. They lost to Texas Tech. They lost to Baylor. Quality loss against Baylor. They beat Iowa State. It was a quality win. They beat TCU, quality win. They beat Kansas. Maybe next year, Kansas, we can consider a quality win. Beat up West Virginia, barely by a touchdown. And losing to Oklahoma, 34-16. I think this game's going to be closer than a lot of people are leading it to be. The fact that Oklahoma State's quarterback is playing, as well as their soon-to-be NFL running back is playing in the bowl game. I do believe Fast Freddy looks for Forrest to come out of the woods. I do believe this one is going to be a lot closer than the books are leading it to believe. And I do lean towards Oklahoma State plus the 4.5. I don't have a play on it, but I do lean towards the dog. Mike Butler says, USC is Kyle's team, if you don't know by now, but Kyle is my friend, just not on this game. I won't be biased. I don't bet with my heart. I bet with my wallet. If you guys don't know that by now. Mike Butler says the world is on USC. Iowa's D is real. I don't see the world on USC. I actually see 59% of the action coming in all on Iowa, just 41% on the Trojans. I see 59-41 in favor of Iowa. That's tickets and money combined. 10-0 North Carolina. We can manage with that, folks. We can manage with that. Just think it should be, what, 13-3? Should be 13-3. Time for Temple to do something. No problem, Mike. I definitely don't see it as there's definitely not more money or tickets on USC. Iowa's a tough program. We're going to actually talk about that game next. Iowa's a tough program. But do they have motivation to play in the Holiday Bowl? What's their motivation? Are they motivated? They had their 15 practices. They get their 15 bowl practices, both teams. They get to travel to San Diego. And yeah, they might have a real defense, but they can't guard the USC wide receivers. They can't guard the USC wide receivers. They're going to have a hard time doing that. But USC 124th in college football in penalties out of 130. The discipline factor for USC will probably be a problem. But as far as motivation factor, if you just take motivation, that's a very big key thing when it comes to bowl games. Do these kids want to play? I can promise you, the kids, even though I'm not a big Clay Helton fan, I think there's better college coaches out there to recruit. Clay Helton did get a bad rap. An injury. I mean, look what he did with an injury-plagued team. He took a quarterback that wasn't supposed to be playing because his quarterback got injured in the beginning of the season, and he took the program to 8-4 with an injury-plagued team. That's not the coach's fault. Recruiting is the coach's fault, which is going to make them suffer down the road. But as far as this year goes, Clay Helton coming back, he is a player's coach. Those kids absolutely love him. They play for the coach. They love the coach. They wanted him to be the coach when USC decided to put that full coaching tag next to his name. The players inside the locker room are happy Clay Helton is back coaching them. Now, the boosters, the alumni, and the fans, we may not be happy because we think USC is one of the better schools to be able to recruit kids, at least in California, if not the entire country. I'm sure a bigger marquee named coach, Urban Meyer, or anybody else would be able to recruit players to USC, at least the players in Southern California, which USC and UCLA both failed to do. So taking it from the coach's perspective, looking at it from the outside as a fan, alumni, or booster is way different than the motivation factor than the kids are going to have. Yeah, the stadium's probably going to be near empty. USC fans are probably not going to make that drive south down the 5. I mean, there's going to be fans there. Is it going to be sold out? Probably not. Usually never is. But as far as motivation factor, the motivation is with the players, not with the fans, not with the alumni, and not with the USC boosters. Those kids are going to go out and they're going to give 110% because they're happy their coach is back. But is Iowa going to do the exact same thing? Are they going to have the motivation factor? Or are they ready? They ready to go party for New Year's Eve? Iowa 11-5-1 against the spread, favored by 7 or less points. USC is just 12-1 against the spread versus higher ranked teams. They're the 22nd ranked team going up against the 16th ranked team of Iowa. There's no denying the Iowa defense is real. The Iowa defense is real. They have played some quality opponents. We're going to go over all that here in a minute. So I wouldn't root out either team, especially the Trojans. As far as rating the coaches, advantage Iowa. As far as the talent level on the field, advantage USC, both offense and defense. They have struggled on defense, 124th in penalties. As far as motivation, edge USC. So, diving into these numbers, you've got the 8-4 Trojans. Obviously, you guys know my heart will always lie with the Trojans. My heart will always lie with the Trojans. But I don't base my bets ever on that. You got to remember, I'm in this to make money. I will always be a fan of USC, but if I need to bet against them, not saying that I am, or I'm not, but if I have to, I will bet against them in a heartbeat, and I have. And I have bet against them this year. Fast Freddy, you got to have the horses, the Trojans to win. And yes, touchdown Temple, we needed that one. Randy G, they already said yesterday that he wasn't coming back. Somebody screwed up and they tweeted that he was not coming back before the game. Talk about a motivation buzzkill. That came out like 5 minutes before the game that the offensive coordinator is not being returned next year. Yeah, I'm going to go out and make some good play calls because I'm not coming back next year. Probably not. Take a look at USC, 8-4 straight up, 6-6 against the spread, 9-3 on the over. And let me tell you, the kid quarterbacking the Trojans, Slovis, he's a good kid. He's a hell of a quarterback, and he will be in the NFL someday. His offensive coordinator in high school, none other than Kurt Warner, being groomed by a Hall of Famer before he ever gets to college. 10-6. I hope that extra point and that missed field goal doesn't kill us. Because if you think about it, this game should be 13-10. Miami hit the post so close to scoring. USC has lost 4 bowl games. against the Big Ten, against the spread. Taking a look at Iowa, 9-3 on the year, looking for their 10th win, which would be a great cap to their season. 5-7 against the spread. Not a team you want to bet against the spread as of late. 4-8 on the over on the year. Let's start with Iowa. They rattled off 4 straight wins to start the year. They beat a gimme game over Miami of Ohio. They beat them 38-14. They beat Rutgers. They shut them out 30-0. They beat Iowa State 18-17 in a nail-biter, if you guys remember. Every time they play Iowa State, it's a nail-biter. They beat Middle Tennessee State by 45, 48-3. They played Michigan and they lost 10-3. They played Penn State and they lost 17-12. They played Purdue. They beat them 26-20. They played Northwestern. They shut them out 20-0. They lost to Wisconsin 24-22. They came back. They beat Minnesota, who everybody was just raving about, who Minnesota is this, Minnesota is that. Minnesota was overrated because they had one big win over Penn State. They beat them 23-19. They beat Illinois 19-10. They held the Fighting Illini to 10. And they beat Nebraska 27-24. They did not cover the 3.5-point spread against Nebraska. They did not cover the 15-point spread against Illinois. They did cover against Minnesota. They covered as a 7.5-point dog against Wisconsin. They covered as a 7.5-point favorite against Northwestern, as well as an 18-point favorite they did not cover. They did not cover as an 18-point favorite against Purdue. As a 1.5-point favorite against Iowa State, they did not cover. Here they are. They opened up, guys, as a 2-point favorite. That line went from 2 to 2.5. It's still hovering right around 2.5. Total opened up at 52. It's still hanging around at 52 as well. Live is 53.5 and 7.5, Ryan. Nice. Yeah, definitely missed field goals and a missed extra points. So 7 missed points in this one for everybody betting on the over. Or the under bettors feeling relieved watching missed points. I wouldn't say, Randy, that Iowa's defense is underrated. They're definitely not underrated. They have the 4th best defense in all of college football. So to say that they're underrated, they're not. Everybody knows their defense is definitely top-notch, and we're going to go over that. However, you have to look at their quality of opponents. They played Miami of Ohio. They held them to 14 points. They played Rutgers. They played Middle Tennessee State. They played Northwestern, who sucks. They played Minnesota, who in my opinion is way overrated. They played Illinois, who sucks. And they played Nebraska, and they gave up 24 to them. So yeah, they have a good defense. And they generally show up for big games, like their game against Michigan and Penn State. But then they gave up 24 in a loss to Wisconsin. They gave up 19 to Minnesota. They gave up 24 to Nebraska. They gave up 4. Even Miami of Ohio put up 14 on them. So their defense might be overrated, but it's still the 4th best on paper. I personally don't think it's overrated. I personally don't. That's my personal opinion. As far as USC goes, the Trojans guys opened up 2 straight wins. They beat Fresno State 31-23. They beat Stanford 45-20. They ended up losing to BYU 30-27. They came back. They beat Utah 30-23, who happened to be in talks to make the playoffs, who obviously got exposed as Oregon, as you guys all know. They ended up losing to Washington by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. They lost to Notre Dame in a close one, 30-27. They beat Arizona 41-14. They put up 35 in a win against Colorado. They got beat by Oregon 56-24. They got beat by Oregon and Oregon running the ball. Arizona State, they put up 31, beat them 31-26. They beat Cal 41-17 and just beat UCLA 52-35. The fact that they allowed Chip Kelly and the Bruins to put up 35 shows that the USC defense definitely has some issues. They definitely have some issues, especially in the secondary, and we're going to talk about all of that here in just a minute. Yes, North Carolina is in the red zone moving the ball. So, first of all, before we jump into these numbers, if you guys are new to this channel, take 1 second out of your day, hit that subscribe button right down below. Hit that subscribe button right down below. Tap that little bell next to it. That way you get notified each and every single time we drop a video. That way you get notified live or pre-recorded. You'll be notified. So hit that subscribe button. And when you're done with that, do us a huge favor. Give us a big thumbs up in the video. Let us know you appreciate all the hard work. It definitely helps us out when you guys do hit the subscribe button as well as tap the thumbs up button. Definitely will get our video trending on YouTube. It gets it trending in the right direction. And the bigger we make this thing, the more we'll be able to give you guys absolutely free every single week, every single day. So make sure you guys hit that thumbs up as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel. So, back to the Trojans and Iowa breakdown. USC and Iowa, guys, game 233, 234. We're going to take a look at the numbers on this. All right, both of these teams combined average 57 points, 23.8 points per game for Iowa, 33.2 points per game on average to the USC Trojans. Ooh, did he have it inbounds? No, bobbled the ball. Temple getting bailed out by a bobble in the ball in the end zone. 4th and 10 coming up. That was an easy touchdown. Ooh, did he have the ball? He might have had the ball. What do you guys think? What do you guys think on that one? I think he had the ball. I think it's a touchdown. Even though I don't want it to be a touchdown. JD, Kyle, kind of an off note. What is your opinion on the guy suing the casino because they didn't stop him from betting and he lost over $100,000? Haven't seen that. Haven't seen that, but no opinion. I could care less. Was he drunk and intoxicated? Did the casino take advantage of him? Believe it or not, the casinos by Nevada Gate gaming regulations are not supposed to allow you to gamble when you are intoxicated. When you're noticeably intoxicated, they're not supposed to take your bet at the blackjack table. They're not supposed to allow you to play a slot machine. And they're not supposed to allow you to bet on sports. Does it happen? Every minute. Do they encourage it by giving you free drinks? Damn right they do. So if a player was severely intoxicated and he went and lost $100K and he wants to sue the book or sue the casino, I applaud him. More power to him. But then again, if you're dumb enough to make some stupid wagers intoxicated, then you probably deserve what you got coming to you. But then again, that's why we always preach that don't do anything stupid and always bet within your means, right? So, 17-6 North Carolina. That marks our first prop winner of the day. We put out... Oh, no, it's not. Nope, that's not a winner just yet. Almost. Almost. Next drive, it'll be a winner. Absolutely, Matt. Always preach don't do anything stupid. But, it is, the casinos have to, we have to abide by their rules. They have to abide by the rules that the gaming board puts them under. So, technically, But anyways, all right, let's get back to USC, guys. They're averaging 126 yards on the ground, 4.1 yards a carry. They actually averaged 31 rushing plays to the 39 passing plays that they run, 336 yards in the air, 8.7 yards per passing attempt. Iowa guys averaged 23.8 points a game or 23.8 points a game on offense. They average 139 yards a game on the ground, 230 in the air, 7.2 yards per passing attempt. More of a stale, slower paced offense. They don't run too many plays. They average 67, 66 plays a game. On offense, they average 370 yards a game total offense. Fast Freddy, thank you, sir. Renewing early for the buy 3 days of my personal plays. Get 3 days free. Thank you, sir. Always glad to have you on board with me, Fast Freddy. We need to think about somehow getting you on a longer package so you get it for even cheaper, because you're with me consistently, nonstop. And love to have you guys with me. And yes, you definitely did, Fast Freddy. You did something smart. You renewed for the buy 3 days, get 3 days free. Pat, what's going on, sir? Glad to have you. Hold on one second. Okay. So, moving along to the defensive side of things. Bobby Munoz at 17-6 North Carolina. Temple ball. Ed, you want the link for the buy 3, get 3 free? There you go. It'll only say 3 days on the website. We manually double it to 6. Wonder if we're going to get a Temple touchdown on this drive. You're very welcome, Bobby. And Ed. Bobby for the score, Ed for the link. All right, so taking a look at the defensive side of things. Let's start with Iowa. 4th best on paper when it comes to defense, holding teams to 13.2 points per game. They give up 121 yards on the ground, 3.6 yards per carry, an excellent run defense. Holding teams to 184 yards a game in the air at 6 yards per passing attempt. But can they defend the wide receivers of the Trojans? Can they defend that wide receiving core? When they go 4 wide, can they defend them? Do they have enough playmakers on that Iowa defense to defend all 4? No, they don't. So we'll see who steps up big for Iowa on defense today, because they're finally going to get an air game that's going to test them. That's no doubt about it. Iowa's defense comes and plays for big games. But if they give up a couple touchdowns, can Iowa's stale offense go up against a USC defense that does give up big numbers? Or are the Trojans going to actually step up their defensive game? Are they going to be limited by how many penalties they give up? USC, for everybody that doesn't know, is 124th out of 130 when it comes to penalties. They commit more penalties than 123 other teams in college football. The Trojans give up 27.8 points per game. You want to run the ball? You can run the ball against USC's front line. They give up 167 yards a game at 4.6 yards per carry. You want to pass the ball? The secondary's been getting torched. They give up 249 yards at 6.9 yards per passing attempt. They're -7 on turnovers. USC has had a problem turning over the ball. They're -7. Iowa +6 because of that strong defense, as well as a weak schedule. As far as strength of schedule goes, I would definitely say USC definitely has the tougher schedule throughout the entire year. I know that's debatable by some, but obviously Stanford is not what they were as of years. However, definitely a strong program. BYU is a very competitive program, knocked off a couple quality teams this year. Utah, we all know, they were a little overrated, but they're top ranked. They were fighting for a shot. If they would have beat Oregon, they definitely would have been able to plead a case on why they should have been in the playoffs. They played Washington. They played Notre Dame. They played Colorado. They played a ranked team in Oregon who just beat the number 5 team in the country in the Pac-12 championship. Iowa, who did they play? They played Michigan, Penn State, and Wisconsin, as far as I'm concerned. And Wisconsin, I know they were a tough program. I know they were a good program this year. In my opinion, they were overrated. And we saw that. The buy 3 days, get 3 days free. All the Christmas sales end tonight at midnight. So if you're close to needing to, like if you've got a day, 2, 3 days, or whatever, you want to renew early, you can renew early. You'll never lose a day. But the sales all end tonight at midnight. The month of my personal plays for $500. The buy 2 months, get 1 free for $1,000. The buy a month of premium plays at $9.99, get 2 months free. That goes away tonight. The year of my personal plays for $2,000. That goes away tonight. All of those great deals all go away tonight at midnight. So as far as this game goes, we do have a premium play on it, and I do have a personal play. Maybe I'll give you guys this one for free towards the, or not a personal play, but a bowl package play. Premium play and a bowl package play. Maybe I'll give you guys the premium play one for free a little bit later. But remember, guys, full disclosure, I don't ever bet with my heart. I bet with my money. So rest assured, I have no problem betting against my Trojans or betting on them if everything points to it. Hopefully Temple can get us some points before the half. That would be a nice way to end the half, or at least this drive. 4th and 1. Probably going to punt it with our luck, or they probably already have. You guys are ahead of me. So we're going to move on to the next one. We're going to move on to the next bowl game, guys. The evening game. For everybody that doesn't know. Next up on our list, guys. Next up on our list, the Cheez-It Bowl. Chase Field, Phoenix, Arizona. Where's our Phoenix people? Who's going to this game? This will be played on a baseball field, grass and dirt. Ryan, 17-14 would be lovely, or 17-13, or 7. I agree. I agree. Temple definitely keeping the drive alive. Andrew, you're from Phoenix. Very nice. Are you going to this game? Temple down inside the 40 in bounds. Very nice. Hopefully put some numbers up for us. Hopefully it's a touchdown. Nice to be, at least if it's 17-13. I don't get it. You have one timeout, under a minute to go. First and 10, and you run the ball. I don't get that play calling. Now you're faced with 3rd and 10, and you're 10 yards away from field goal range. Ed, the 70% guarantee is for our bowl package. But if you buy the premium plays or my personal plays, we always make sure that you make money. We take care of you until you're up. As long as you bet consistently and you bet within your means, we will take care of you. I do have to say it was a very bad play call. I don't know if it was as bad as the BYU 3rd and 2 play call to not run the ball, but it was definitely a poor choice in play calling. You're all good. You're all good. Don't ever feel dumb. Ryan says he probably stole that play from the Miami offensive coordinator. That or something BYU would have done. Actually, we only wish BYU would have ran the ball on 3rd and 2. We only wish BYU would have ran the ball on 3rd and 2. There will be soccer on the site for tomorrow. There will be soccer on the website for tomorrow for everybody on board for the bowl package. Fourth and 10 coming. What's Temple going to do? First and 10 under a minute. Yeah, let's run the ball. Let's kill your momentum. Long field goal coming up. Let me know when he misses it, folks. I'm going to try and... Let me know when he misses it, since you guys are ahead. Another miss. Wow. He was a hole up right away. Wow. He was 10 yards away. I mean, you got to feel... Never mind. We won't beat down on the kid. All right. Cheez-It Bowl. Chase Field, Phoenix, Arizona. Game 235, 236. Bobby says put that kicker back on the bus. 3 missed field goals and an extra point in the first half. 10 missed points. 7 by Temple. They've missed 7 points. It should be 17-13 just off of poor, and not even poor, not even piss poor. I mean, just absolute shit kicking. That's the Bears' future kicker. Yeah, the extra point was blocked. So, all right, taking a look at this game, guys. 235, 236. Air Force opened up as a 3-point favorite. Line is now down to 2.5. Washington State catching 2.5. The air raid attack total opened up at 66.5, and it is up to 69.5. Taking a look at our friends over at 5 Dimes on what they have on this game for the Cheez-It Bowl. They have Air Force laying 2.5. Washington State catching 2.5, minus $1.10. Total over and under 69.5, minus $1.10. First half total on this one, over and under 34.5. With Air Force's team total at 17.5. They do have some first quarter bets. Air Force over 7.5 plus 130, and Washington State over 6.5 minus 160. Interesting to note, Washington State usually struggles in bowl games, and I think it has a lot to do with their air raid attack and not staying in game day mode. You know, they get that week and a half off before they resume practices, and then they start their 15 bowl practices that they're allowed. Then they get back into the swing of things. If they're not on their game, that air raid attack is off. They're not going to put up numbers. And Washington State has struggled in their last 4 bowl games to put up numbers. Air Force, this is it for them. It's big do or die. North Carolina, 15 seconds left. In field goal range. Wow. Taking a look at this, we're going to dive in depth in this. There's basically a general theory when you're betting on the service academies in bowl games. They're very hard to either overlook or beat. Especially when Washington State's only hope is the air raid. You know the Air Force Academy is going to, let's just start with this. Before we even get into the numbers, Air Force is going to run the ball. Washington State is going to pass the ball. You have two polar opposites. Air Force might throw the ball 9 times today. Maybe. Maybe 9 times. They're going to run the ball 55, 60 plays. Probably not even 60. If Air Force is on offense, it's run, ground and pound to a first down, and do it all again. In absolutely zero hurry. Watch those seconds tick off the clock. One of the best attributes of any of the service academies is limiting the other team's possessions. So, if the Washington State offense is off the field, they can't put up numbers. And when they finally get on the field, if they can't connect deep like they always do with their air raid attack, they're not putting up numbers. Now, this game could easily go over as well. Air Force runs some big run plays. They rip off some big run plays to a team that gives up 170 rushing yards a game. Puts the ball back in Washington State's hand. If they're able to connect with their deep passes and their air raid attack is on point, Air Force won't stop them in the air. Now, let's take a look at programs. Washington State 6-6 on the year, barely bowl eligible. They had to win at least 2 out of the remaining 3 games to become bowl eligible. They made it. They beat Stanford and Oregon State to become bowl eligible. Thank God, because they got murdered by Washington at the end of the year. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'll get that switched. I always forget about those. I really need to just put them in ahead of time. That way I could just go from one to the other. Air Force 10-2 on the year, 7-5 against the spread, 6-6 on the over. Their only losses came to Boise State, who they lost 30-19 to, as well as Navy, who beat them 34-24. Thank God our fellow shipmates beat Air Force. They had wins over Colgate. They beat Colorado 30-24. They beat San Jose State. They beat Fresno State. They beat Hawaii 56-26. They beat Utah State, Army, Colorado State, New Mexico, and Wyoming to end the year. They're on a 7-game winning streak. Washington State. They beat Stanford and Oregon State to become bowl eligible at the end of the year, and then they lost against Washington. Blocked field goal returned for a touchdown by Temple, and then there is a flag. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. All 5 running down the field. Just Temple's luck, right? Even the coach is in disbelief. Offsides on the defense. Those offsides. Field goal good. 20-6. Interesting first half. Very interesting first half. Temple's failure to execute, we have seen over the year. When they don't execute, this is what happens. This was the only thing that worried me in this game was Temple's failure to execute. Joe Dirt, not a good half for Temple. No, it's not. Not the least bit. You know, this was definitely one of the things that you didn't want to happen against Temple. Same thing happened to them against Buffalo and their loss to SMU, their loss to Cincinnati. Failed opportunities by Temple have plagued them all year long. All right, so back to Washington State Air Force, guys. As far as this game goes, Washington State 8-2 against the spread versus an opponent who's on a winning streak of 4 more games. Air Force 1-6 against the spread after playing Wyoming. And Air Force 21-4 on the over their last 25 games versus an opponent after a conference straight-up loss. This one has the making to go over. This one definitely has the making to go over. However, if Air Force can milk that clock, which they're very good at doing, and if Washington State's air raid attack is not on point, the game stays under. Air Force is capable to take the ball and milk 9, 10, 11 minutes off the clock on one drive. Let's take a look at the numbers, because this is what scares me. We're going to start with defense. We both know both teams can score. All right, Air Force is going to run. Washington State's going to pass the ball. Let's start this time on defense. Washington State gives up 31.4 points a game. They give up 170 yards rushing. All right, you want to rush the ball against Washington State? By all means, rush. You're going to be successful. Air Force averages 293 yards on the ground a game. Okay? They average over 400 yards a game on offense. Almost 300 of them are on the ground. You want to pass the ball against Washington State? You can do that too. They give up 287 yards in the air at 8.9 yards per passing attempt. So on the rare occurrence that Air Force passes the ball, they're probably going to be successful. Now, Air Force on defense. Great run defense. They average 108 yards a game on what they give up on defense, and they give up 208 yards in the passing game, 7.5 yards per passing attempt. Both are in the negative category when it comes to turnovers. -6 for Washington State, -2 for Air Force. Let's take a look at the offense now. These two teams average over 73 yards a game combined. 39.2 for Washington State, 34.3 for Air Force. Washington State, they're going to run the ball, a dozen and a half times, 16, 18 times. They average 72 yards on the ground at 4.3 yards per carry. They average 444 yards a game in the air at 8 yards per passing attempt. 13.2 yards per point. Air Force averages 34.3 points per game. They average only 131 in the air and 293 on the ground. Air Force going to run. Washington State going to pass the ball. Ed, thank you, sir, for jumping on board. 3 days of my personal plays. I'm going to end up sending them to you right now. I text them out. So hang on 1 second, brother. Welcome aboard. Welcome on with us. Glad to have you with us, Ed AG. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second, folks. All right, and if you guys want to be cool like Ed or Fast Freddy or everybody else and jump on board or buy 3 days, get 3 days free, 3 days of premium plays, get 3 days free, personal plays, get 3 days, or buy 3 days, get 3 days free as well. I disagree. Ohio State is going to make a lot of people look overrated. Rio, I don't think anybody's talking about Ohio State. Unless somebody in the chat is that I missed. But I don't see any comments. I don't think anybody's talking about Ohio State. You're going to extend for 3-day deal tonight. Fantastic. No problem. No problem at all. Always glad to have everybody on board, especially people that renew and stay with me. Love having my long-term clients. Always love having my long-term clients with us. So, as far as this game goes, what I will tell you on this, and that all I can tell you on this, on paper, I like the over. Bobby, no, I did not give out a lean on that game. We have a bowl package play on that one, as well as a premium play on that one. As far as this game goes, the only thing that I will say on it is that I do like the over in the Washington State Air Force game, but the part that scares me is the way that Air Force can single-handedly take the over out of the equation by milking the clock. Now, in all right and all intensive purposes, Air Force should be able to rip off big runs against Washington State. They should be able to. Washington State gives up 287 in the air and 170 on the ground. You want to run the ball against Washington State, they can. But if they're just those 4 or 5 yard plays, first down, second down, third down, first down, first down, second down, first down. If that's all they're getting is first down and they're milking the clock and they're taking 8-10-minute drives, then there's no way it'll go over. Not unless you got lucky, you went to overtime or something like that. But if Air Force is able to rip off some big runs, and pick up some big plays, and prevent killing the clock in those long 8, 9, 10, 11-minute drives that Air Force has had, then the over will definitely have a shot. That's the only thing that scares me when it comes to taking the over in the Washington State game, is basically their time of possession. If Washington State doesn't have an opportunity to get the ball, well, there you go. And Air Force's most recent win against Wyoming, not too long ago. They beat them 20-6. They held the ball for 32, almost 33 minutes. Wyoming had it for 27. Taking a look at their big win over Utah State when they beat them 31-7. They held the ball for almost 46 minutes on offense. Utah State was held to 7 points. They scored it in the third quarter. Well, and all right, their offense only had the ball for 14 minutes. Leach plays to win, but he plays to win during the year. Bowl games, they struggle. Bowl games, Arizona State has struggled to put up any points. I'm trying to see if I can pull up my bowl game stats. It should be right here. Should be the next one. Pac-12 teams are just 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 appearances in the Cheez-It Bowl. Do I have a play on the total? I don't. Taking a look at Washington State's most recent games in the bowls. Last year, they played in the Alamo Bowl against Iowa State. They put up 28 points in their 2-point victory over Iowa State. In 2017, they played in the Holiday Bowl down there in San Diego against Michigan State. They put up 17. Their air attack struggled immensely. In 2016, the Holiday Bowl against Minnesota, they put up 12. In 15 against the Sun Bowl against Miami, they put up 20. In the last 4 years, they have not scored more than 4 touchdowns. Washington State. This is a team that averages, what, 39, over 39 points a game? This is a team that definitely struggles to put up points. And why is that? Well, when you have a long layoff, like they do between their last game of the season, on the 29th of November, you have a full month. Those kids get over 2 weeks off. The air attack struggles. The air game definitely struggles. Absolutely. The air game definitely struggles. But not always. Not every team. But in Washington State's history, it has. Will it happen today? We're going to find out. We're definitely going to find out here shortly. Give me 1 second, folks. So I do lean towards the over, but again, the part that does scare me is the Air Force part. If they hold on to the ball, no, the game goes under. Jake Camp says, always over 100 people watching and usually always just over 60 likes. Come on, guys, what are you doing? We do appreciate that, guys. If you guys are new to this channel, first of all, take 1 second out of your day. Hit that subscribe button right down below. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you guys get notified each and every single time we go live. Tap that little bell for instant notifications. That way you don't miss a beat. Don't matter if it's a pre-recorded show or a live show like this, you will be notified. All right, you will be notified. And again, most definitely, most definitely hit that subscribe button. And again, we always ask, obviously it's not a requirement because you guys can do what you want, but we always appreciate it, most definitely appreciate it when you guys do give us a big thumbs up. It helps get our video trending in the right direction, definitely gets more notices, it gets placed higher in the search rankings. And you might ask yourself, well, what does that do for you? The bigger we build the channel, the more we will give back absolutely free. All right, we started as a one video a day place. Then it was one video a day and one live show a week. Then it was we went live Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Then we added in Monday Night Football. Lo and behold, we go live 7 days a week. So for everybody that doesn't know, we will be live again tomorrow, except we go live early. We go live early on the weekends, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. But here's the cool thing. If you ever miss a live show, you can always watch the archive version of our shows. All right, you can always watch the archive version of our show and never miss a beat. Just go to our website, cappersdirect.com. They're always there. Right on our YouTube channel, click on videos. And we ain't going anywhere anytime soon. That's a fact. So, what I think we do now, we've been live for a little while. We've been live for just over 2 hours. We touched on all the bowl games. Hopefully, lead you guys in the right direction. What we're going to do now, I think it's free play time. I think it's time to put you guys on a nice big free play. I think it's time to put some money in your pocket. Free plays on the week are 6 and 3. However, we've won the big ones. I think we've only lost the 3 little ones that we lost were the little plays. 1 prop and 2 consensus. The rest all winners. The big ones were all winners, including that nice teaser we gave everybody for free. A teaser could possibly be an option in the Washington State game by if you wanted to bet that over, maybe throw it in a teaser. So, free plays. Big D Mall in the house, what's going on? Again, guys, remember, if you want to get on board our bowl package, for everybody that doesn't know our bowl package, if you want the 70% guarantee, you have to be signed up by tomorrow morning. All right? You have to be signed up by tomorrow morning. Our bowl package, it was $400 last year. We got them to drop it down to $199 this year and give you more. Not only do you get our 20-game minimum, so you get a minimum of 20 plays on the bowl games, you get a 70% guarantee, guaranteed to go 70% or better, or we'll give you a week of our premium plays on the house for free. You're also, just for signing up, we're going to give you 3 days of our props. We're also going to give you 2 days of our soccer, so there is soccer tomorrow. Very busy day, guaranteed Saturday tomorrow as well. That should be out either later tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. Don't forget, my game of the week is today. My game of the week is in college football. If you want my game of the week, there's only one way to get it. Go to our website, cappersdirect.com, click on the Guaranteed tab, scroll down, and you'll have access to it. Super easy. Gonna be a nice big win. It is $100 for the one big game. Guaranteed to win, or we will give you the next one absolutely free. You need to be signed up by 6:45 p.m. Eastern time. It's a play on one of those remaining 3 games. All right, it's a play on one of those remaining 3 games. If you want it, there's your opportunity. All right. As well, our big Christmas sale, those all end today. Tonight at midnight, the Christmas sales are over. All right, Christmas sales are over tonight. So if you're wanting to take advantage of those, now is your opportunity. Now is your opportunity. because they end tonight at midnight. Buy 3 days, get 3 days free. You can buy a year of my personal plays for $2K. I mean, just go to the website, click on the premium tab. Plenty of opportunities to find a package that best suits everybody's bankroll and budget. So, going to get you guys on a free premium play today. Gave you guys a personal yesterday. Going to give you guys a free premium play today. Lines changed a little bit, but not much. More on the juice side. Free premium play, USC minus 115. You may still get minus 110. And I do assure you, this is not actually a play from my heart. This one's coming straight from the wallet. This one is coming straight from the wallet. You can still find it plus 2.5 on the BetMGM app. Station Casino still has it at 2. MGM and the Westgate still have it at 2. Five Dimes has it at 2. Or excuse me, not at 2, at 2.5, excuse me. The only ones that I'm seeing here in town that have it at 2, William Hill just dropped it to 2, and CG Technologies just dropped it to 2. Five Dimes has it at plus 2.5, minus 115, as you see on the screen. And I'll put it in the chat box as well. USC plus 2.5, minus 115 is where it's at currently at Five Dimes. Click on the little drop-down box and you'll be able to see that there. All right, guys and gals. Mike Butler's my max New Year play of the day is Michigan State minus 3. That's a tough one for me. To be able to put any money on Michigan State, to put any money to now. If Michigan State was a favorite, I mean an underdog, not a favorite, maybe, but to have to lay points on Michigan State, it's a tough one in my book. It's a tough one in my book. Very welcome. And again, guys and gals, if you haven't already you just hate Wake Forest. I think we all hate Wake Forest. We all hate to bet on them, and we all hate to bet against them. But I definitely wouldn't make it my max New Year play of the day just because you hate a team. William, what's the difference between premium and personal? Personal plays are exactly what they are. They're my personal plays. They're me, myself, and I. Premium plays, I'm not the only one here at the company. I'm not the only one that has responsibility in putting them out. I'm just one of 8 sets of hands in the cookie jar of what we put out as premium plays. Premium plays are put out by the entire company. We all break them down in the war room, in the conference room, which I've actually filmed out of before. So main difference, personal plays are me, myself, and I. There's no outside influence, no opinions. Ride or die with what goes on in my mind. No problem, William. Alex, good morning. I hope you feel better, brother. I hope you feel better. All right, guys and gals, it's that time. Remember, you want to take advantage of one of the big Christmas sales. Now's the time because they're going to be gone tonight at midnight. And same thing with my game of the week. Jerry, good morning. Are you going to the Cheez-It Bowl tonight or the Fiesta Bowl on Saturday night by chance? I might end up going to the going down to the Fiesta Bowl. Are you just going down to tailgate, or are you going down to? Or do you have tickets? Both? Very nice. I might see you down there. I'll send you a text if I go down there. Yes, Ryan. But we knew he was getting fired yesterday. They actually sent out a tweet a little early and said that the Miami offensive coordinator would not be coming back next year. That came out 5 minutes before the game kicked off. Who that, Bob? Thank you, Bobby. Mr. Butler as well. Thank you, thank you. Toby, glad to have you on board. Glad to have everybody on board. Even just our faithful followers in here, even the haters and trolls. Glad to have you guys on board our free plays as well. Cryptos and tokens, Thug Life, USC Moneyline, Iowa players would rather finish the game to go party in San Diego. Probably a true statement right there. Alex, you did miss the entire show, so hit that rewind button. Glenn W. in the house missing the show as well. But glad to have you guys all here. All right, guys, remember we'll be live again tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, dark and early in the morning. We will break down all the bowl action for tomorrow, guys. We'll hit the Cotton Bowl, Memphis and Penn State. We'll hit the Camping World Bowl, Iowa State, Notre Dame. We'll hit both college football playoff games, the Peach Bowl, Oklahoma and LSU, and then the Fiesta Bowl down there in Glendale, Arizona, between Clemson and Ohio State. We'll touch on all of those as well as some college hoops as well. We finally got college hoops back tomorrow, folks. Can't wait for that one. Good luck to everybody today, guys. And as I always say, seriously, always bet within your means. Never do anything stupid. And be smart, guys. Be very, 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 very smart. And if Temple screws this up for us, which it's looking like they're going to, I do apologize for putting you guys on an early loser to start the Friday. Definitely wasn't what we wanted, and 7 missed points by Temple did not help us in the first half. So good luck, everybody. Let's make a boatload of money together. I am out of here. Any questions, shoot us an email or give us a call or send me a text if you got my cell phone number. Game of the week goes down tonight. It's one of the 3 evening football games. And as always, we put our big guarantee on it, guaranteed to win, or you'll get the next one absolutely free. So, again, thanks everybody tuning in. Hit that subscribe button, that thumbs up button on your way out the door. Take it easy, guys. Good luck.